I'm talking to Tom Isaac, who's Managing Director, Global Transaction Services at Citi. Tom, the three themes of Sibos this year are regulation, rebuilding trust and recovery. How well do you think the industry is dealing with these three issues, and what actions still need to be taken?
Regulation, I think, is only just started. We already have in the transactional service businesses the Payment Service Directive, the fallout from MiFID, the restructuring of the way central counterparties are operating and interoperability and how the EU is going to deal with that, the Target 2 for securities and how that's going to play out. So that is what we know is already out there. I think as the G20 move together and work together on how to regulate the new financial world, there'll be other regulation coming out there. So there is major change already embedded, but moving forward I think we can see more of that. So it's a key theme of the moment, very appropriately. I think we as an industry have a lot to do to recover our standing with the regulators, and we're not going to be given the benefit of the doubt, so we've got to work very hard as an industry to get our points over and make sure regulation is effective and works for the greater economy and solve some of the problems that we hit. So rebuilding trust, I think our first part, the transactional banking business, actually operated extremely well during the crisis. It had the highest volumes going through in the week after Lehman went down, when Sibos was in Vienna. The volume was quite extraordinary, and it operated and helped that deleveraging work out. But unfortunately there are no winners on a losing team, and the banking industry, the wider banking industry, has a lot to do, and we in the transactional banking business I think have got a particular focus on the risk and how risk is passed through on the operating platforms, and we've got to make sure that they're absolutely robust, that the end investors, the end corporations know where their money is, know the risk they're taking and understand that, and when money moves throughout the systems they are protected as much as they can be and they understand the risk they're taking. And the third point, recovery, I think the transactional banking business is playing its part, particularly trade. We've seen that product operate reasonably effectively. The loss norm has been less than corporate lending, so that's continued to facilitate global trade. The cash business continues to allow organisations to deploy capital around the world, and the securities products enable investment, particularly into the growth markets of Asia. I think the other thing about recovery is that having gone through such a shock, the transactional business and particularly Citi has been looking at technology and how that's affecting our businesses, and I think we're being far more innovative as an industry, coming out with new ideas of how to ensure that investors and corporations are able to move money effectively and facilitate the global recovery. I think we've woken up and we've realised that recovery is driven by innovation, so I think people are looking at technology and how that changes our industry far more effectively. So I'd give us good marks there. Regulation is wait and see, and rebuilding trust, we're just really starting.
Tom Isaac, Managing Director at Citi, thank you.